When we talk about concussions, we're going to talk about the symptoms in just a minute, but parents, you can take action by grabbing your child's football helmet. I'm going to show you a couple things that I personally experienced. In the football helmets, they can start to wear around the ear. You can see a crack right there and sometimes discoloration in a football helmet. Another spot to look for, if you're concerned the football helmet might be outdated or time to change it, look for also crack and wears right around the curvature around the eyepiece. Football helmets, they say, can last quite some time, but it's really important, parents, for you to take action and also inspect all of the football equipment. Also, now let's go back to what we were trying to talk about earlier, and that's the signs and the symptoms that every parent should be aware of.
They are on the front line.
He's referring to parents. Dr. David Curran has treated plenty of head injuries and needs parents to be on high alert.
Very rarely there's a doctor on the field. More importantly, there's always a parent.
If concerned your child has a head injury like a concussion, ask yourself, what do you notice?
Is their demeanor different? Do they want to go ahead and not eat? Do they throw up? Do they go ahead and not remember practice?
Don't be afraid to quiz your child. Ask what they had for lunch. What happened after practice? Time-related events from that day are the most important questions. Look and listen closely.
When you look in his eyes or her eyes, you will know it because they have the glassy look. They don't know what just happened. Headache, vomiting, those are the big things that we look for.
If your child has already had a concussion, Curran says they're more susceptible to have another.
Those children need to be symptom-free, and they need to be symptom-free for nearly a week before we allow them to go back, because it's the second blow that we're most concerned about.
As the chairman of pediatric medicine at Cardin Children's, Curran also has spotted parental issues regarding overzealous, competitive parents.
They don't want their child to be pulled from the field because they've earned that spot.
Right.
They're afraid of losing that spot, and that's in detriment to their own health.
And Dr. Curran also wanted to make sure that it was clear, parents, don't be afraid to see your doctor. Don't be afraid to take the child to a doctor to get him or her checked out. You won't be criticized for doing so. And again, keep an eye on all of the equipment. Make sure that there aren't any cracks or that it's simply outdated, Steve and Katie.
Yeah, you got to make sure that you check with the doctor, even if the symptoms are mild or even non-existent.
You're
if you
exactly
think they've had
right.
a blow to the head, you got to go. Thanks so much, Chris.
Having a properly fitted helmet as well, a well-padded helmet, just like Chris showed you, is protection against injury on the football field, but it's not a guarantee. In fact, researchers at the University of Wisconsin just did a study on football helmets, and they found the brand, design, and year of manufacturing made no statistical difference in preventing a concussion. But that doesn't mean helmet designers are trying to find better ways to protect your kids. The ProCap helmet is used by at least one Valley school. It's got a soft shell padding which fits over a traditional helmet. The hope is the shell absorbs some of the force, lessening the blow to a player's head. And another piece of technology designed right here in the Valley, putting the power to detect concussions in parents' hands. It's called the Shock Box. It measures impact through a sensor that's inside the player's helmet and immediately relays it to you.
The purpose of this is to catch it, that hard hit, as soon as possible, so you know to pull them off and do the assessment quickly and make sure that they don't continue to play with symptoms or while injured.
So when a player takes a hard hit, the Shock Box sends an alert to a parent or a coach's smartphone, alerting them to check for signs of a concussion.